All right, hey guys, Southeast Soft Wash. We're out here on a job site, gonna clean a little bit of stucco. So we get questions a lot of times about cleaning stucco, and we live in a town that doesn't have a ton of this as a building material. So when I find it, I wanna try to get footage. So this is how you clean stucco start to finish, all right? Now behind us, if you'll pan around and look, we've got a really nice, good sized property here that is stucco. We've already cleaned that wall. We're gonna be cleaning this privacy wall here, which surrounds the pool, and take you guys along for the ride. So let's go through some preliminary things about stucco. So we want to look and definitely make sure we know any kind of damage to this wall, because if we start rinsing and we're using our high pressure ball valve, which is a good bit of PSI, it's not like a pressure washer wand, which is going to be at risk of chipping or damaging the stucco itself. But if there's any damage, previous damage, we may get water behind there. So we want to make a note of that kind of stuff. We're also going to look for any electrical on the wall, just like a normal house wash. We want to make sure we take care not to get any bleach or chemical back into that electrical components. Other than that, we need to be at a pretty high yield, because let's come in here closely. This is a good example. We got goats in the background. A lot of pores, lots of grit and grain to this wall. So we want to hit it a little bit hotter. If we're on about a 1 or 2%, what we would be on vinyl siding, it's not going to really do what we want it to do. That vinyl siding or a painted hardy plank house, that's basically a slick surface, so you don't have a ton of pores for the organic growth to really grab into. Here we've got a lot of nooks and crannies, and so we're going to crank that SH mixture up hotter to around a 4% mix, and apply this, and that's going to do a much better, more efficient job. This wall here was completely filthy when we started, and we got it cleaned up. Actually, let's step around the corner and I'm going to show you this small wall. Come over here. So this wall here was just like that about 15 minutes ago. So we treated this wall, we let it dwell about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll come back with the high pressure ball valve and we'll knock all that organic growth off. And sometimes, depending on how nasty it is, we may have to even treat it one more time after that. So it's still fast, it's very quick, it's a lot quicker than pressure washing this wall, and we don't really risk any damage. The only thing about it is, since we're at that higher yield, that 4% or so, we do want to make sure we wet down all the vegetation. Any overspray that we might get on the, let's say, the bushes behind the wall, we're going to make sure we take care of those, rinse those off really good as well, because we're on that hotter mix. So come along for the ride. First thing we're going to do is go down to the truck, we'll set up our ratios, and then we'll come back and do some application. Before we do that, let's just walk this wall and let you guys see what we're looking at. This is a $1,600 job. That's the house wash. I got that for $750, and the wall here is I think $500, and then we got a few more little things that we added on and got this job up to $1,600. We could do this in about probably 4 hours with a 2-man crew. But let's take a look at this. We'll just go down through here and let you guys see more of the same, all the way down to the corner down here. Pretty nasty. We did get lucky. The interior of the wall is not really dirty, and that's where all the landscaping is, so that helped us out a good bit. All this stuff out here is not really going to be damaged. All right, so back here, just more of the same, right? Really nasty stucco. Now, occasionally down through here, we do have some electrical outlets. We're gonna be very, very careful around those. We're gonna tape those off. When we get to that outlet, we're gonna be careful not to put a ton of chem above it, because it'll run down and could possibly get back into the outlet itself. And that could cause electrical fire, could have a really bad day, so be careful around the electrical stuff. But other than that, it's just very straightforward. We're gonna apply our chem, let it do the work, rinse it off. So we'll pause the video, go down to the truck, let you guys see the rig. We're gonna set up our valves to get where we wanna be on our ratios, and then we'll come back and put a coat on this wall. All right, so we're over here at the truck. I've already got everything set up, but just to let you guys see how we do it, I'm gonna use my blue soft wash reel on this side since it's orientated to the house. We're also using our high pressure line here with the ball valve for rinsing, which we'll get to that in a minute. So let's take a look in here at the blend manifold. Right now we're running water wide open, SH wide open, which gets us to a 6% mixture. and our soap wide open. I can actually back off on that bleach just a little bit. We don't need quite a 6% to do the job, so we're going to try to save a little bit of bleach. I do want a lot of soap in the mix because it's vertical. It's going to run off no matter how much soap we add, but this will help slow it down so that it clings to the wall a little bit better and we don't have so much runoff. All right, so we'll go back to the end of this hose here, grab our soft wash wand and put a coat on the wall. Let's go. All right, so we're over here on the wall. It's fired up. We're going to be on a fan spray. I like to do as much as I can on a fan setting. Get more square foot coverage that way. We get better aeration through our soap when it comes out, which means it'll stick better. We're just going to be careful applying. One thing I'll do, I'm going to spray this top at an angle like this carefully so as not to shoot a bunch of overspray back over the wall. All right, so let's get going here. All right, so one thing I did there, and you guys, if you veterans will notice this, I'm running my ball valve at half throttle up on the top. I'm trying to reduce overspray. You can do that with these 12-volt pumps if you need to, briefly. Don't overwork the pump like that. If you run it kind of in a halfway on, halfway off position for any kind of extended amount of time, you're gonna overwork that pump. The pump is going on, off, on, off, on, off, and it's gonna blow the pressure switch. You're gonna blow a fuse, something like that. So it really needs to be on or off, not kind of in the middle. I'm gonna go down and apply to the next panel. We're not gonna go too far. I'm just gonna let you guys see these two panels here. But I can already tell that it's doing some work on it already. So we'll let this sit about 15 minutes and then we'll come back and wash it off. Okay guys, so we've let this dwell about 10 minutes or so. We've got the pressure washer running down there at the truck. Use my high pressure ball valve to rinse this off. Again, we're getting a little bit of pressure, but a lot of volume out of this. So it's gonna make really quick work of this. All this organic stuff is basically dead. We'll knock it right off. Let's see if we can get it off in one coat.